The real story of Mulan began centuries ago, back to the Northern Wei dynasty in China. That's when the poem, the Ballad of Mulan, which I'll be retelling in this video, arose first in the oral tradition and later the written one. Since then, this badass fighting heroine has become a legend around the world. Today we all know her story through Disney and their animated and live-action movies, but the real Mulan, at least the one from the original poem, is completely different. For a start, she wasn't Han Chinese, but rather belonged to the Xianbei, a group of nomadic Turkic peoples living in what today is Mongolia. What is true, though, is the war that took place in 429 AD between the Xianbei and the Rouran peoples, which were another nomadic group that lived farther north. And according to legend, this is the war that Mulan fought in for 12 years. So now that you have a little background, let's delve into the Ballad of Mulan. A gentle gee-gee echoes throughout the house, the clacking of my loom as I weave beside the door. But silence rises like the tide when I set down the shuttle and release a lilting sigh. Mother asks what I am thinking of, or who I am remembering. It is nothing, I say, and no one. But last night I saw posters for the draft. The Khan's great cry to war. I saw 12 scrolls of the soldiers called, and my father's name on every one. He has no tall son, and I no elder brother. I wish to buy a saddle and horse, and go to war for my father. In the East Market I buy a spirited stallion, in the West Market a saddle and skirt. In the South Market I find a strong bridle, in the North Market a long smooth whip. And the next morning I bid my family farewell. By evening I reach the Yellow River and sleep by its long winding shore. No longer can I hear my parents calling, but I hear the rushing of the water to the bank. As dawn rises I bid the river farewell. At dusk I rest by the mighty Black Mountains. No longer can I hear my parents calling, but I hear the strident cries of the horses of the mountain nomads. 1,000 miles and more I've traveled, wherever the battle needs me most. I ride like wind over mountain and valley, thundering hooves over the wide plains. At night I fall asleep to the watch guard signals. The crisp air brings me their clapboard sounds. By the cold light of the moon, my polished armor gleams and shimmers. Generals die in 100 battles against the enemy, but the heroes return after 10 years' war. We go to the court of the Son of Heaven, who sits grand in his golden bright hall. He is generous with scrolls of merit and sumptuous treasures, given with honor to 100,000 men. But when the Khan comes and asks what I desire, I tell him, I do not seek to be a high officer of the imperial court, or to stay here in this golden palace. I wish only for a strong mount that will bring me home to my family. When my parents hear that their daughter is coming back, they walk hand in hand outside the village walls. When my sister hears that her little sister is returning, she paints her face and looks on by the window. When my brother hears that his big sister is home again, he sharpens his knife to prepare the pig and the goat. When I enter the threshold of my house, memories of my old life break still waters in my mind. I open the east door and sit on the west bed. I set down my armor and unwrap the clothes I once wore, pile my hair into soft clouds above my head, and paint yellow flowers in the center of my brow. Then I go to see my old soldier friends, who I fought with shoulder to shoulder, and they stare at me wide-eyed in surprise. 12 years together, and they never knew Mulan was a woman. You see, when you hold up two hares by the ear, the he hare will thump his fast leg, and the she hare squints her soft eyes. But when both run side by side across the earth, each as strong and free as the other, how can you distinguish between them? And tell me which one is a he or a she?
《木兰辞》唧唧复唧唧，木兰当户织。不闻机杼声，惟闻女叹息。问女何所思？问女何所忆？女亦无所思，女亦无所忆。昨夜见军帖，可汗大点兵。军书12卷，卷卷有爷名。阿爷无大儿，木兰无长兄。愿为市鞍马，从此替爷征。东市买骏马，西市买鞍鞯，南市买辔头，北市买长鞭。但辞爷娘去，暮宿黄河边。不闻爷娘唤女声，但闻黄河流水鸣溅溅。但辞黄河去，暮至黑山头。不闻爷娘唤女声，但闻燕山胡骑鸣啾啾。万里赴戎机，关山度若飞。朔气传金柝，寒光照铁衣。将军百战死，壮士10年归。归来见天子，天子坐明堂。册勋12传，赏赐100千强。可汗问所欲，木兰不用尚书郎。愿持千里竹，送儿还故乡。爷娘闻女来，出裹相扶将。阿姊闻妹来，当户理红妆。小弟闻姊来，磨刀霍霍向猪羊。开我东阁门，坐我西阁床。脱我战时袍，着我旧时裳。当窗理云鬓，对镜贴花黄。出门看伙伴，伙伴皆金黄。同心12年，不知木兰是女郎。雄兔脚扑树，雌兔眼迷离。双兔傍地走，安能辨我是雄雌
With love, Anna Taraxia.